Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM. And if you're enjoying the kind of stuff that we're showing on the channel at the moment, links to our social media are coming up on the screen now, including things like our Patreon, where you can help support us here at the channel and receive exclusive content. So this is it. 2021 is drawing to a close. And what an absolutely amazing year it's been for us here at the channel. And a lot of it, well, we've not had a chance to share with you yet. So to everyone so far this year who's hosted us, invited us along to drive something or be part of something, thank you so very much. You're helping to make this channel something very special and we are completely indebted to you. And to answer your questions of when's that video that you shot with us 6, 9 or more months ago, it's coming. Don't worry, the videos are all going to be coming out. We have an awful lot. Basically, guys, based on how 2021 started, and for those of you who can't remember that far back, or perhaps weren't watching the channel, or perhaps just weren't here for 2021, the kind of lockdown thing made doing anything quite difficult. And having already had a lockdown, we here were feeling, well, quite down on content. And we were thinking, we've got like a week's left of stuff before we've got nothing. And that was including doing things like Lawrie Goes a Little Loco at home. So when lockdown ended, we went and did a lot of filming. And by a lot of filming, I mean, we were doing at least one complete production a week, at least one, most weeks more, which means that at this point of time, we now have about a year's worth of content filmed, which is quite good and puts us into a very strong position, particularly based on, in the UK at least, the rates of things and infection and the whole global pandemic situation are once again heading very much in a southward direction, and we're not really sure what the future holds, apart from we're all quite glad that we can come to the shed, stay pretty isolated at home, and still produce a lot of content. So that's very exciting and good for us in uncertain times. So that's something possible. And honestly, guys, we have so much exciting stuff shown. There has been a lot of Lawrie Goes Loco. We have driven a very exciting range of vehicles. We've got some road steam coming to the channel as well. We've started a new series called LMM Visits, where we go and have a walk around railways and other places, which I'm sure you guys are going to love, and some other stuff coming up as well, which is just cool. So we're pretty excited about that. Moving on to the rather notable lack of regular content from the channel over the last month, that kind of comes down to a few key points. Firstly, there's been some stuff going on in the background which has kind of taken our attention away from the channel. Secondly, my computer has been basically inaccessible for a few weeks, and that presents a rather large obstacle when I actually need to edit stuff. And finally, I got offered some work with fairly decent money for me to say, yeah, actually I could do with that, because I'm not sure if you've noticed, but around me there are a rather substantial amount of vehicles requiring a equally substantial amount of money. So when this work was offered, I went, yeah, actually this is probably a good move. The good news is that of this moment now is pretty much all wrapped up, and come the new year, it will be back to all hands on deck and full working on the channel. So this shouldn't happen again, and sorry, basically, I'm sorry we didn't quite manage to get the whole year with getting regular content out there, but we have high hopes for next year. So to all of you, thank you very much for standing with us and continuing to hover above the unsubscribe button, but not quite click it yet. This year has been quite amazing. I have driven more locomotives than I have ever driven before in my life. I have been all over the UK visiting places and taking part in stuff. And I have driven, frankly, more road vehicles than I've ever before. We've met an awful number of you guys, and I've bumped into people when I'm going to Heritage Railways and other places of people saying, hey, I watched the channel. And to all of you guys, thank you so much. We absolutely love it when you guys come forward and say, hey, we watch you, because it justifies what we do. It makes us realise that people do care, and that's a huge and wonderful boost. So thank you very much, and we hope you continue to enjoy what it is we're doing here. It has been mad this year. And as a result, things have suffered. Like, we haven't spent as much time working in the shed as we'd have liked. And certainly things have not progressed in here as much as we'd like either. But then we are in quite a nice and healthy position for moving on forward. And it's given us some time to reflect on what we are enjoying doing and what we're not. And that's going to shape what happens moving forward into next year. Now, at this point, I was planning on kind of talking about some of the things that I've done and some of the places I've been, and realised that it becomes quite difficult to remember where I have been and we've actually released a video and where not. But there are some things like going to Chorus and driving number 7, which is the new build locomotive that appeared on the channel about 6 months ago, where I went back this winter and was able to drive on the public service. And that was really nice to actually have gone there and done everything necessary to return as an active volunteer. And to the other railways who I've promised to do this to, I haven't forgotten you, and it is something I'm very much looking forward to, is joining up with you and actually doing some turns, because that was very good. To everybody else who's been thinking about inviting us as well, thank you all guys, and do get in contact. Let us know if you'd like us to come along and visit and what you'd like us to drive. And of course, anyone let us know what you'd like to see coming on the channel as well. We do like to know what you want to see and the kind of stuff you'd like to see more of. That would be absolutely lovely. So at the end of 2021, it's been quite good for us. The channel's grown nicely. We have high hopes for the future, and hopefully this is all going to work and become something a bit exciting, which puts us into where we go next. And the answer is hopefully bigger and better. So stay tuned, and thank you all so much for your support. And I hope all of you have had a good Christmas and got everything that you wanted. At least you had a better day than I did. And we wish you the very best for the new year and everything that 2022 has to bring, especially in these ever uncertain times. Remember, if everything goes well, I should be at the East Anglian Railway Museum on the 2nd driving train, so do come along and see us there. And apart from that, thanks for watching guys, and thank you so much for the support. It means a lot to us.